Let's talk about dating white men as a black woman. If you're a black woman who only dates black men, this video is not for you. You can keep scrolling. If you're a man, this video is not for you. Please keep scrolling. If you're not black, this video is not for you. Please keep scrolling. Now that we've gotten that part out of the way, I want to make a disclaimer. This is just purely based on my experience. I have dated several white men in the past. Your results may vary. I'm not guaranteeing you anything. I'm not even suggesting that you should date white men. So just keep that in mind before you come for me.
What up, though? Welcome back to another Media Man review. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate the support. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hype the videos right down there. Make sure you put your boy in the algorithm. Appreciate the support once again. So you guys saw the intro to that video. And I want to talk about this because this is a popular TikTok niche that a lot of black women have leaned into, particularly the black women who consider themselves swirlers or divestors. And this young woman, she's new into this space, so I guess she's trying to make her way. She's trying to encourage more black women to date white men, even though she somewhat contradicted herself, but we can see right through it. We all know the game. I've been in these content spaces long enough to understand and how to weed through the subtle jabs that she's putting in there, trying to use clever wording to make sure that she doesn't outright say white men or I want you to date white men and exclude black men, but we all know the game, okay? But I need y'all to understand something before we even start to break down the video. What you just saw is something that I call one-way admiration. And what that means is that you have one group, black women, putting in a lot of effort, making content, giving advice to promote another group, white men. But that attention, from what I've noticed, is not being returned on any type of level. I wouldn't even say a small level. Yeah, you got a couple of, soft life content creators, the little couples, white man, older white man, young black woman, and he's spoiling her. We get it. We seen what's going on in the news recently. Not going to speak on it just yet. I'm going to wait till all the facts come out if you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's why you guys haven't heard me talk about this. But when I started researching that topic, I came across this young woman. These women, they don't have a problem cheerleading and trying to let white men know that, hey, we are open for business, so to speak, right? And she is very open with it. I think she has like a 3 or 4 part series. She's responding to comments. She's making response videos. So she is really serious about educating black women on how to date white men. But when you look at the actual data, it doesn't even justify the behavior. And I wish black women would understand that. And I want black women to pay attention, especially the black women who think that the grass is greener on the other white side.
Okay, now time for the quiet part that no one wants to say out loud. There's a few things that you need to have in place first. You need to be in shape, you need to be feminine, you need to be classy. If you don't have those 3 prerequisites, I'm sorry, I can't help you, okay?
Those are the same exact traits that black men have been asking black women for publicly for years. But now those same standards are being packaged, not as control, but as a requirement to access for white men. And black women, I gotta ask a real question. If you are willing to become this version of yourself, why is it being selectively applied to white men and not black men? That's interesting, because her saying that, it lets me know that it's not that you guys don't have the capability. It has a lot to do with your motivation. And it seems that when your motivation is to get a white man, you're willing to make those significant changes in order to get married.
This is what I would do. I would do it with a woman do with a woman like you. You're in Florida, right?
I am.
Take you and all your friends that you think are on your level. All right. And I take 1 or 2 men and maybe 8 of you guys. And I put those 2 men who are marriage minded, looking for wives at that time. And I throw a pencil in. I throw a pencil, a stick, and a knife. And I say, fight. What you going to do? Your best friend, your bestie, your sorority sister, your girl, your junior league. What you going to do?
Hunger Games, stab another woman is what you're saying? Or not literally, but like fight her down to get that man?
And I have these 2 men who are ready to go. And every minute of the lead attorney's life is from his billable hours. You wasted 15 minutes of this high value man's time not wanting to offend your friend. You're wasting all this time, and then eventually what I'll do is I'll put a wall where you are, and then I'll push a button, the wall will drop where you are, and then here come in the white women. And I'll, in the same pencil, the stick, and the knife will be where the white women, and say, here are the 2 men, 8 white women. Guarantee you, you would see Hunger Games.
They would fight, yeah, absolutely.
Right. You're supposed to be ready to compete for what it is you want. See, if I said there's a partner position, or if I had said that there is some status, or that you and all your sorority sisters and girls wanted, you guys would fight for that because you deem it more valuable. That's what that example shows us. Our women don't even feel that we're valuable enough to offend one another for, much less fight.
The only people that talk like Mr. How Kevin is just expressed himself, and I was, again, at an earlier time in my life, are like, and not to be like classist, but my hood cousins talk like that. My hood younger female cousins would be like, you have to fight for your man, you have to fight and get him. They were talking like that from day one. And again, I was taught, and again, that's no excuse. That's like, whoa, that's like, not cool, low class, whatever. But yeah, they were very in tune with that. And they were very in tune with their being this war, this competition. But again, we're not, yes, go ahead.
Well, see, so I'm gonna use my Uno reverse card now. I don't buy that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because all I have to do to get a different outcome is change the 2 men. I bring in 2 white men, Italian men, and have 8 black women in there. Automatically, they look at those men and know. Stick, knife, they know. What do you start to see? They start smiling. Posture stands up. They're not looking to see what's going on. They're looking to see who's moving toward the stick. They're flipping their hair. Black women know. Non-black man, he ain't gonna put up with this bull crap. He has to be competed for. But you know what? If I get Prince Henry, or if I get the dude from Red, if I get him, I get extra points. Especially if he's a man of value. Oh man. So no. And the funny thing is, black women, you want to know what to do for black men? Do for black men what you would do for a white man, and that would be just fine.
Right.
Now notice I didn't mention anything about your skin color because it really doesn't matter. Okay, so let's move on to the meat and potatoes of the conversation. You need to identify if he is fetishizing you or if you're really his type. And this is how you're going to do that. First, you need to ask him if he's dated a black woman in the past. Okay, this is very important. Now, if he has only dated white women, you're his first black girl, that's a red flag. If he's only dated women outside of his race, but he's never dated a black woman, that's a yellow flag, okay? We want the white men who they love black women and you're their type. That's who we want to go for, okay?
And this is where the numbers actually come in, because when we look at the data, historically from 2015 Census Bureau data, only about 0.5% of married white men are married to black women. Even if I updated that to 11 years later, that maybe goes to 1%. That means 99% of white men are not choosing black women for marriage.
Now, watch the full video before you come for me, okay? The reason why I don't date black men is because I only date the men that are interested in me, who approach me first, okay? I don't approach men. So I can only choose from the men that are interested in me, and that just so happens to be primarily white men. Now, I did go on a date with a black guy about 3 weeks ago, okay? So I do date black men. I never said that I only exclusively date white men, okay? So just get that straight. But the bottom line is your options are who is interested in you and who's going to pursue you. That's my opinion.
So if your entire strategy is I only deal with men who approach me and the group you're highlighting rarely chooses you, then what are you guys actually doing here?
This is how you're going to tell what kind of white man you're dealing with. You're going to listen to how he compliments you. Does he talk about your skin color, how dark it is, your lips, your body? And all those red flags, he's got to go. No, you don't want that kind of white guy. Now, if he compliments your hair, that's okay. But the type of white guy that you want to go for is the type that's going to help you take your sewing out, help you take your braids out. When you tell him that it's wash day and you can't hang out, he offers to come over and help you wash your hair. That's the type of white guy that we want to go for, okay? You want the type of white guy who's going to advocate for you. He's going to be protective of you, and he actively wants to learn about you and your culture. That's who we want.
And this is crazy. She has a whole list specifically the things that she wants. Now she's describing protect, provide, advocate. She wants white men to learn Black culture. That's crazy.
Now, this is the most important thing when it comes to dating white men. After determining whether he's fetishizing you or not, this is the next most important thing, okay? Is you are going to put yourself on the pedestal of all pedestals, okay? Because white men who like Black women, they see you as a queen, they see you as a goddess. So you need to see yourself as that queen and as that goddess. They want to worship the ground that you walk on, so make it easy for them, okay?
If that were true at scale, it would show up in the numbers. But it doesn't, Black women. It doesn't. Because admiration that is real, it should translate into relationships, marriage, and long-term commitment, not just words.
Let's talk about your hair. Very important. White guys like natural hair, straight hair, and braids. Okay, so any of those three styles you can rock. I would definitely lean towards natural. They love natural. Lean into that if you're already natural, okay? There's two types of white guys who like Black girls, okay? You have your spicy white, which we know that type, the swaggy one, the one who is invited to the cookout, the one who has good taste in music, maybe he has a beard, and maybe he's bald. Those type of guys love Black women. And then the other type of men who love Black women are gonna be your golden retriever, kind of nerdy, maybe not so much picked type of white man. Look, this video is not for sensitive people, okay? Let me just say that, okay?
The spicy white archetype. But you know what's crazy? We've already seen this before. There was a whole trend on TikTok called the Black girlfriend effect, where white men would get into relationships and then Black women would coach them into adopting faded haircuts, beards, fashion, Black cultural mannerisms. And they even used Jack Harlow's song where he says something about pasta and lobster. It's crazy. So again, we have to ask the question. If the ideal version of the men that you're describing looks like, dresses like, and moves like a Black man, then what are you really looking for? And this is where it gets uncomfortable, Black women, because what I'm seeing here is one group of men gets rejected, Black men, while another group of men, white men, is allowed to mirror that same image. And you guys accept that. Why is that?
Now we have the two types of white men established. Let's talk about the kinds of white men that fall into those categories that like Black women. You have your redheads, you have your East Coast Italians, and then you have your bald men. Those are the men that really love and celebrate Black women. That's pretty much it. At the end of the day, you need to go where you're celebrated, where you're appreciated. You're not going to be on the hunt for a white man. This video is not about that. But this is just for my ladies who want to diversify a little bit and see what happens. And that's it. I hope this guide helped you. Save it and send it to a friend.
Even with all of this content, all of this promotion, all of this encouragement to divest, white men still marry Black women at the lowest rates. Meanwhile, Black men, when we marry, we still overwhelmingly marry Black women at the highest rates. If you are a Black woman watching this, you need to understand what's happening. You are being encouraged to shift your behavior to appeal to a group that statistically is the least likely to choose you, while at the same time, you're being told to distance yourselves from the only group of men who choose you the most. How is that a winning strategy? That's not empowerment. That is a misalignment between attention and actual outcomes. And if you don't recognize that, you'll end up investing your time in a direction that does not invest back into you. Hell, y'all already doing it. you'll see women like this making entire videos talking about how they dated white men. She showed a gang of pictures up there of all the white men that she dated. But if you dated all those white men, why didn't any of them marry you? And that goes back to the Dating Divide book in regards to what the white men said when they were surveyed to give their thoughts and opinions on black women. Dating and marriage aren't the same thing. Dating, yeah, is access, but marriage is actual selection, okay? So if you're a black woman who's had 3 relationships, 5 relationships, 6 relationships with white men, and none of those men chose you for marriage, you know what that means? They use you. They use you as a sexual object. And then they let you go. They discarded you. But the crazy part about this is when I see black women describe their relationships with white men that didn't work out, it seems to be a very soft, very cordial breakup. Y'all always say stuff like, we just didn't match. It wasn't the right time. It just didn't work out. No blame, no criticism, and no negative narratives. But when y'all talk about black men and relationships failing, now it becomes bad experiences. Black men are toxic. This is why I don't date black men. So the same outcome is being interpreted 2 completely different ways when it's a white man and a black man. That's interesting. But I'm going to keep my eye on these particular topics, and you may see some more videos on this moving forward. Okay? So until next time, Media Man out. Peace. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hype. Thank y'all. God bless.